All right, every time I see that, it just scares me. It's just like, is it done yet? We're getting a fascinating story out of the Washington Post saying that the Justice Department had warned the FBI that the director's decision to update Congress on this Clinton email issue was not consistent with policy. But this does seem to confirm earlier indications that the FBI director did at least run it through his bosses at Justice. Remember, the FBI director technically reports to Justice and the Attorney General, telling them that he intended to inform lawmakers of these newly discovered emails. These officials then told him the department's position is, and I quote, that we don't comment on an ongoing investigation and we don't take steps that will be viewed as influencing an election. That was the Post quoting one justice official who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe the high-level conversations. Now, keep in mind, those same folks didn't have a problem when on July 5th, I believe, Director Comey had announced that he was not going to pursue or recommend any higher criminal actions be taken against Hillary Clinton, that she was sloppy with emails, but that it would be left there. There were no such complaints then, complaints now. A read from former Republican Oklahoma Senator Tom Coburn. Senator, I don't want to just throw that at you, but I'm throwing it at you. What do you think of that? He did bounce this off his bosses. His bosses were not pleased.
Well, I think it's a real foundational moment for America to actually look. Does the Attorney General work for the President, or does the Attorney General work for the American people? And we've had very few in recent years that have actually worked for the American people. The President appoints them, but the Congress approves them. But their job is to represent us, not the President, and not a Democratic or Republican administration. You know, and I'm reminded of the fact that the Attorney General, you know, if that's the standard, what in the world was she doing meeting with Bill Clinton on the tarmac?
You read my mind exactly. You read my mind exactly. But for them to say, I guess it's come to Loretta Lynch's office, I could be wrong, or that view, we don't take steps that will be viewed as influencing an election, no matter what he does, by taking no action. Even, you know, earlier on, that would influence an election. They were okay with that, not okay with something like this that could influence it against them. But what's your thoughts on all of that?
Well, I just think, this is the pure raw politics of the elite in Washington, and the laws that apply to the rest of us that are not part of the elite in Washington are not the same laws that apply to them. And that's one of the things that's got Americans upset. The rule of law, Neil, it's the glue that binds America together. And when people start losing confidence in that, and the fact that they don't trust the American leadership to have an even and blinded justice system, then we're in a lot bigger trouble than everybody thinks we are. And I think this is symbolic of that. The very fact that Comey had somebody leading this investigation of Clinton in the first place, whose wife was a beneficiary of the Clinton machine, tells you that there was some real poor judgment in terms of the FBI's operations. That's not to say that people didn't do their jobs, but that blatant conflict of interest should have never been allowed, because it raises questions about the fairness and capacity of doing an open and thorough and non-biased investigation.
You're talking about this state Senate candidate who was getting better than $500,000 and all said and done in a race that ultimately she lost. Her husband, a top FBI official who would oversee this email stuff. But it is, as you say, curiouser and curiouser. Tom Coburn, thank you very much. Good catching up.
You're welcome. Good to see you. I like your intellect, not the size of your head.
There we go. This is starting a whole new issue. I can't believe it. All right. Thank you, sir. Feel well. We want you feeling well and strong. All right. Karl Rove crunches the fallout from all of this stuff all the time. Now, he wrote recently of about 5 million white males that the Donald Trump campaign was after. Did the developments over the last 24 hours make that a moot point or not? Karl is next.